28 people in 28 days. Let's go. From errand boy to lawyer to publisher, as a founder of one of the most read black newspapers in the United States, Robert Sengstacke Abbott gave voice to a black point of view that had been rendered mute in the early 20th century. Born December 24, 1870 in St. Simon's Island, Georgia, to a couple whose parents had been slaves, Abbott was still a baby when his father, Thomas Abbott, died of leukemia. His mother, Flora, later married John Sengstacke, a mulatto of German descent who promptly added Sengstacke to Robert's name. Abbott graduated from Hampton Institute in Virginia. After college, he moved to Chicago, a city to which he had been exposed to while singing in the Hampton College Quartet at the World's Columbian Exposition in 1893. He graduated from Chicago's Kent College of Law in 1898, but because of racial prejudice, he was unable to practice law. Armed with a printing background and academic credentials, he converted a $25 investment into the Chicago Defender newspaper. With the assistance of John Hockley Smiley, the Chicago Defender became the literary domain for racial advancement. The Defender actively promoted the northward migration of black Southerners, particularly to Chicago. Its columns not only reported on the movement, but helped to bring about 1917's Great Northern Drive, a term coined by Abbott himself. By the early 1920s, the Defender's circulation reached more than 200,000 people. Distribution of the newspaper was facilitated by black railroad porters who both read and shared the Defender. The Defender wrote of injustices, but also of a spirit of represented unapologetically black people and unapologetic black pride, dignity, and assertiveness. The newspaper also fostered literary careers, and at 17, Gwendolyn Brooks started submitting her work to the Lights and Shadows, the newspaper's poetry column, and eventually published almost 100 poems there. Willard Motley and Langston Hughes were just a few of the other big names whom the Defender was a literary home. Married twice, Abbott had no children. The Chicago Defender was left in the capable hands of his nephew, John H. Sengstacke III. Abbott lived at 4742 South Martin Luther King Drive in Chicago, which is now a historic landmark known as the Robert S. Abbott House. He died February 29, 1940 in Chicago, Illinois, at the age of 69. I shared my knowledge with you, and now it's your turn.